staying safe out there. I hope that you and your family are well. And I hope that, everything is going well with you, with your, with all of your stuff. And so I want to let you all know that I want to thank you all, those of you that are viewing us live on YouTube. You are viewing us live on Facebook as well as Twitter. Thank you so much. Even on our website, which is www.thelifeshowpodcast.com. We appreciate you for joining us tonight. And so we have a very special guest that is joining us tonight by way of Wyoming. Wow. And so we're going to get to our interview in just a second. But I want you guys to, if you don't have a chance to look at us or view us live from all of those social media sites or even our website, look, you can go to Hoosier Heat Radio right now. Download that free app right now, and you can join us live on Hoosier Heat Radio and listen to us wherever you are in the world. Okay, so we're going to get right into our interview for this evening, and I want you guys to give a warm, hearty live show welcome to Michael Armagost of Squidz Killinit Productions. How are you, my friend? How's everything?
Oh man, I just out here living it, killing it, existing to my greatest, I guess.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. And so, Mike, I'm not gonna spill the beans for you. I'm gonna let you tell about yourself. Where you started, where you grew up, how you got into the music game, and then all that you do, and we're gonna start from there.
All right, yeah. So, grew up in Southern California. In like one of the worst parts of San Bernardino, and
okay.
Witnessed a bunch of things that a kid probably shouldn't witness. Meth houses blowing up, people dying, that kind of stuff. And then parents got tired of it, moved us to Southeast Wyoming. I went from a class of like 3,000 kids to a class of 12 kids, 4th grade through 6th grade.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was quite the culture shock. But during that time, I started playing music. I started, with the recorder, and I got hot cross buns down real good, right? And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to go with this trumpet business. So I played the trumpet for about 9 years. And then I went to piano and drums and guitar, kind of just floated between all of those for a while. And then I started being a DJ in high school, and I DJ'd my high school prom. And that was mostly like, top 40s and stuff like that. So not anything
How was that experience?
It was like my first DJ gig itself. So like, yeah, I was like, okay, I'm going to be making like $450 off of this. So it's like the most money I've made at one time for like 2 hours of work.
Okay.
So I was like, all right, I can do this. So I did that, and everything went well. And I was like, okay, this is about the time dubstep started coming out, about 2010-ish, I was like, dude, I could totally produce that. Like, it sounds so easy to produce. And I was wrong. All right. Dubstep takes a lot, especially if you're engineering sounds and stuff like that. Like, there's just so much that goes into producing dubstep. But I got into producing that way. And then I started linking up with all these hip hop artists and like, yo, we need producers and stuff like that. And I was like, I don't really know about hip hop beats, but I've always loved hip hop. Growing up in Southern California, Eminem and Dr. Dre were killing it out there, and the first song I remember really liking that I could just listen to all the time. All right, now take it easy on me. All right, I was a kid. All right, was Bare Naked Ladies 1 week, man. Like, I could listen to that jam forever. And there was that specific part where he kind of like rapped in it, and like that's what I really liked. You know, I've always been fascinated with the English language, and always thought that the word plays and like similes and metaphors and stuff that hip hop artists use, like I've always loved those. And I remember watching Pop Up Video one time in the early 90s, and Bare Naked Ladies 1 week song came on. So I watched all that, and then Intergalactic by the Beastie Boys came on.
That just took you to all high heavens.
Yeah. I was like, what is this going on here? These guys are wild. And so from there, you know, got into like Wu-Tang and Doom and Eminem and Dr. Dre and stuff like that. And like all the kids in school, they were always like, it's like, oh, you hear that new, you know, Dre joint? And I was like, no, my parents listen to country music, so rap was like the farthest thing away that I could listen to. And so when I got into college and I started producing, I found out that I, you know, really like producing hip hop tracks. And that's like trap music, boom bap beats, drill beats, you know, all of them, the whole genre. If I don't know how to produce it yet, I want to know how to produce it.
So you are now a producer, and so what kind of music do you produce?
I mean, I've produced pop tracks. I've produced lo-fi hip hop tracks. That's what a lot of my singles are, is lo-fi hip hop, because I like to just chill and just listen to it, you know, and have it on in the background or whatever, and you know, occasionally rap. You know, like they just got those rhythmic beats that you could just occasionally
you can rap. Man, can you spit some bars for us?
I have a song coming out actually that is my first ever hip hop track.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's gonna be quite exciting. I've always wanted to do it. I just never really had the courage. And recently is like, nobody gives a fuck about what you do, right?
Yeah.
So like, I mean, you'll have your haters on the internet or whatever, but you know, most people don't care.
Okay.
You know, so it's like, might as well.
So you wrote and produced the song that you're getting ready to release.
Yep, it's actually called the Debut. And it's
how many
straight bars the whole time.
How many songs are on it?
So it's just the one song now, but I plan on releasing an EP in November that is all my hip hop, like written, produced, mixed, and mastered, everything done by me.
Wow.
And that should have about 7 on it.
That's pretty good, man. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is the live show. My name is Tyrone Brown Jr. And of course, we are sitting here and we're talking with a new friend, Michael Armagost. And he is from Squidz Killinit Productions. Michael, you have so many things going on. You're so talented and yet so young. And so can you explain how you divide your time? Like, how do you do it all at one time?
So now it's based on how much time I have in the day. I don't sleep. Like, I have insomnia, so like even this morning I was up at 4:35 and I couldn't get back to sleep, so I just came down to the studio and started working. And
so
luckily,
is your studio in your house?
Yep.
Okay, gotcha. So you put a studio in your house. That was smart, my friend, smart.
Yep, I have a vocal booth right over here behind my computer, my TV swivel, so I know like when to stay on time and stuff. And I would be next to the lamp right now, and chilling in my chair. But unfortunately, StreamYard only recognized my Elgato 4K as a microphone input instead of a video input.
Right.
So
Well,
that's why I'm here in my studio chair.
The StreamYard, man, it can be tricky, man, because it don't allow too much. Right now it's just I think it's more popular than anything, but still, I'm glad that you're on and you are talking about all of the things that you do. Music. Let's go from music production to you do photography, you do videography. What can you name the list that goes on and on?
Yeah, I mean, through my producer career, I've just come across these challenges of like, okay, how do I do music videos? I can't afford someone to do a music video for me. I'm, as what the industry calls, a broke bitch. So how do I save enough money to learn how to do this?
Okay.
And I have my podcast. It's called Next to the Lamp, and it's a interview style show. I started off with comedians and me and my homie just kicking it, to musicians, everybody I met with the Sound Advice Cato tour, and like that's where a lot of my networking came from. That's how I got a lot of my hip hop guests and a lot of my producer guests are because of that. And the 808 Wave community, those guys are dope. They always do like free networking stuff for artists around the world. And I was like, okay, I have the podcast. I need a better camera for my podcast. So I saved up enough money to buy a Sony a7 III camera off of Facebook secondhand, bought a lens, and I was like, okay, that will take care of my photography for headshots. That'll take care of my videography for music videos. That'll take care of my video for my podcast. That one thing. And so I was like, if I have the camera, I might as well make money with the camera. So I started a photography business, and so far that's made me actually more money than my music has, even though I've been doing music way longer.
Wow. That's pretty good. And actually, man, here it is. We were talking before the show started, and man, you're a young guy, man. I had no idea you're so young. Here it is. You're 31 years young, not 31 years old, but 31 years young, and so you have so much under your belt that you can now, sell to the world and really work from your talent. And so, having all of that skill and being, or having insomnia, it should work a load on your brain, right?
Dude, yeah, all the time. But the reason I started my record label was, for one, give artists the resources that they need to further their music career. Two, let them own their music. Because I don't know, it's kind of weird because a lot of people that have record labels, they're like, the object of a record label is to sign artists and to not have them not be independent. It's like, well, how does that really benefit the community and stuff like that? Because then they're just paying me. And yeah, money's great and all, but I don't really care about money all that much.
Okay.
It's not like I have a lot of it either, Like I said, I'm what the industry calls a broke bitch. So I don't have a lot of money. I just don't care about money,
I see.
It's one of those things because it's been one of the most difficult struggles that I've had was obtaining money, doing this 9 to 5 every damn day, and hating life for the most part, other than when I'm in my studio, which is after work. And I'm still doing the grind, but still trying to help all the artists I know, because even when I first started, I was doing music videos for free just to help those guys get out there. And I was like, if you make money off of it, sure, you can float me some, but for now, I just want to help you progress. Because I live in one of the poorest counties in Wyoming. So we are not generating any money whatsoever. We don't have natural resources. We don't have
Wow.
water rights. We don't have, like, we have a college here, but even then it's like the job market sucks because people just hire college kids and they can just be replaceable, so they don't pay them much. And two, they don't pay taxes on the property they own in our town, and they own like half of our town.
Wow.
So, yeah.
You're talking about the college?
Yeah, University of Wyoming. Yeah. So I'm running for city council of Laramie, actually. So, like, that's another thing that I'm doing.
That is crazy, man. I never would have known. I never would have known. Well, again, look, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Life Show. This is the Life Show podcast. My name is Tyrone Brown Jr., and I'm talking with a new friend of the show, Michael Armagost. And I want to talk briefly about our connection together. This guy, man, he seemed like he was a phantom, should I say. He seemed like he was a phantom, and, I didn't know anything about him, but I was in one of the Facebook groups, and then, he put up a post. Not too many people liked it. He was just, he thought the groups were kind of, secondhand, so to speak. But this guy, man, Steve Joyner, this guy, man, he is one of a kind. I've come to know Steve as a friend, and a really great person that is really a genuine guy. And so he's the one that connected us together.
Yeah, Steve Joyner, man. I've been working with him for a year and a half, 2 years now, and
wow.
He's gotten me countless guests, and he always comes through. And generally, he'll just give you a call and say, "Hey, I got this guy for you," and then you talk on the phone, and you get set up on a podcast or whatever show that they got, and you do your interviews, man. And as far as him getting me on shows, that's been really helpful for even my music. Like
nice.
Spotify numbers are doing a little better, like, I don't know. It's crazy about the networking that can go into something like that.
So you're on Spotify?
Yeah, I'm everywhere that like you can get music. Amazon Music, Spotify, Google Play, Tidal, like you name it, it's on there. DistroKid, just whatever, man. Like they do really well at that.
Okay, so the people that you are that you produce, are these people that are trying to make it in the industry? Do you have any connections with resources as far as people that are in the industry that are producing already, that you can be mentored from, or that you can mentor?
Yeah, that's why I like the 808 wave communities, because usually it's a lot of people that are starting out, but some of these people have 60,000 followers on Instagram and just killing it, and they're getting more by the day. And so I like to be part of those networking things because, like I said, I like to help people. I like to help my community, and I like to rebuild what's been destroyed for some reason. And a lot of these people don't really have like that hope or anything like that. They're just like don't really know about stuff. And Stacey Epps, you know who she is?
No,
I
don't.
She did a couple songs with Method Man.
Okay.
One with Wu-Tang in general, and like she's dope. She's a really good lawyer. She does music industry like contracts and stuff like that, and she's also killing it. But like I got introduced to her by Kato on the Track. Kato on the Track is like really big in the industry right now. He's one of my favorite producers. I can hear a Kato track and just like, even if I don't know it's his, I can listen to it and I can tell that it's his track. Like NF's Intro 3 that we had on his last like full length album.
Okay.
I was like, that sounds like a Kato beat. And I was going through Kato's Beat Stars on his website, and I was like, that's that beat. That's that beat.
That is awesome, man. I love to hear stuff like that. Somebody that is up and coming, and then they. It sounds like you've done a bit of research and trying to make it out there and connecting. You spoke about the 808 wave, and can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, the 808 Wave is a community that you can join. It's on Instagram. You can. They have the Discord as well that you can get invited to. One of the founders' name is Avi Goyle. He did the Sound Advice tour with Kato. He was Kato's assistant during that time when I did it in 2020. Yeah. And he kind of picked up a couple of artists and stuff like that through there, and they do stuff all the time. The guy puts on like Song Trust. If you know what Song Trust is, they help you publish your music and stuff like that. They do. They get CEOs from that and explain what Song Trust is. They explain how to register your music with PROs and like everything, dude. Like they do a lot of stuff, as well as, like I said, networking is one of the most important things in the music industry. And they get artists from everywhere in there all the time. So like Pally Ray's been in a couple of them. I mean, it's just good to have that networking capability, and a lot of it is Zoom, so they can just have one room and like everybody's talking, and they split off to different rooms, and everybody talks about what they do and where they're from and stuff like that. So that's where I've linked up with a lot of people. Actually, I don't know if you guys know who Massive Man is, but I talked to him in one of those before, as well as Bricks Domain. Yeah, Bricks. He did a lot of Drake songs. And,
good deal, man.
Songs, but yeah.
So those times. Well, let's jump here first. With this music industry, I know you spoke earlier about bringing back some of the flavor. What do you think that music has lost, especially in this day and time? What about music has changed, or what you think that music has changed over the years?
I mean, if we even look at, which is crazy because like people are sampling a lot of 70s music right now, a lot of 70s, a lot of 60s music, and even in lo-fi hip hop, you can go back as far as the 20s and find those, swing styles that you just put a beat over, man. It's popping, like, I don't know what it is about that, but it's just progressing in a way that at some point, because every drum beat has been done, every melody has almost been done. Like, it's just depending on the sound you use, almost everything musically has been done. That's where dubstep came in, because they didn't manipulate that bass like that. Until, around that, I think it was like 2006, 2007. But if we go even as early as the 70s, when the synth came out, those they were saw wave basses, so like even manipulating those was a different style. And then somebody figured out, okay, we need to organize this a little better, right? And so then like the actual software synths started coming out really heavy, like Massive and Serum and GMS, and like there's so many that it goes on forever. So
now I got to ask you, because again, when you first gave the name, it just really kind of jumped out at me. Where in the world did you get Squidz Killinit Productions?
I'm glad you asked. So when I started my DJ career, I took a lot of mushrooms, and I watched Planet Earth and fast forward listening to techno music. So if you put it on 2x, the beat of techno matches the way the video like progresses. And we were watching the undersea, the ocean one, and there was a squid in there. They were talking about like the darkest depths of the ocean, and there's a squid in there that had like gloves, like lights, and like its eyes lit up. And so my DJ name was Neon Squid. Well, once I started actually producing music and releasing music, I found out that there was an artist in the UK called Neon Squid Autopsy. So I was like, I don't want to be confused or anything with that guy, but I still like the Squid's name. So I carried on the Squidz, and I was like, well, what does Squidz want to do, man? Like, Squidz want to be awesome, and like they want to be doing it, kind of, but yeah, they want to be killing it, man. Everybody wants to be killing it, right? And so Squidz Killinit Productions came out, and the motto is, you're not doing it unless you're killing it.
I love it. I love it. So Squidz Killinit Production was born.
Yep. And that was like a way I could, like tax write-offs for the money I spent on the companies and stuff like that. So I registered for all of that stuff, and Squidz Killinit Productions was a good way to have my podcast as well as my music in the same realm without having to have a different company for just the podcast.
Nice. So now Squidz Killinit Production, it's not just a stage name. It is a full company.
Yep. It's actually Killinit Productions LLC is the company name. Squidz Killinit Productions is the hip hop part of that.
That was smart, man, because you have a lot of people that are doing haphazard things, but they don't know if you have that business name that you have a lot more to really pull out of it, and then you have a company that can grow beyond what you normally do, like on a day-to-day basis. So now you're not just Killinit Productions, but Squidz Killinit Productions and all of those things. Now you can produce other people, and now it's in your company name. Nothing really has to be on you, but it can be in your company name.
Right. And so a lot of that is mostly legalities, all the contracts that I sign have just all these, lawyer stuff, right?
Yep.
So having an LLC, the limited liability company, helps with that a lot, as well as like financial,
Okay, right.
Like the company's dead, all right. You ain't coming after me, homie.
I get it, man. Look, I get it. So that is so smart. How long has your company been established?
So I did the Sound Advice tour with Kato on January 16th. And he was like, it's important to have an LLC, especially as an independent producer, to make sure you have somewhere where that money goes, because if you keep with it long enough, obviously you're going to get paid. You'll find your audience and stuff like that. So get it set up early and get like the early things out, like figure out finances and do all that kind of stuff, your QuickBooks or whatever,
Yeah.
And then, people pay for sponsorships on the podcast. So I just filter that into the business. So I was like, okay, that makes sense. So January 20th, I registered the company, January 20th, 2020.
That is awesome, man. And so now, here it is. It's been over two and a half years that you've been established, which the live show started in July of 2020. And so we're just over, we're getting ready to hit 2 years on Friday. So we'll be hitting 2 years on Friday. Man, I love the way that you think. I love your movement as you move, and here it is. You're only 31, and so you have a lot of room to grow and a lot of room to move around. So now, what is your next move? Well, let me put it like this: you have a 9-to-5 right now. What is your next move?
So I have plans are always good to have, right? So you can stick to a goal, have a common goal that you can reach, and do one goal a day that'll get you closer to that goal.
Sure.
So right now I'm currently in the process of editing a commercial for my podcast, because at the beginning of my podcast, my sponsor is Killinit Productions. So with that, I pay the podcast for that, and so on and so forth, right? So if I do a commercial for the podcast will essentially have a commercial for my company, my website, killinitproductions.com, and where you can buy merch, see my beats, go to my podcast, all that stuff. And that'll kind of help progress that. And I've taken marketing courses for Facebook and Instagram marketing specifically, and they have these templates, and they're like, yo, if you use these templates, you'll pay less for more views. So I got that all set up, and I learned how to do Facebook and Instagram marketing. So when I do run these ads, I'll be hopefully not spending as much money, but getting as much traction.
Man, like I said, you're way ahead of the game at such a young age. And now moving forward, I think that as your name states, you're killing it, bro. You're killing it. And so, I know you spoke earlier about, you having some up and coming music. But is there anyone in particular that you are producing right now that you want us to be watching for?
A lot of the things that I do musically now are engineering. I do a lot of engineering for a lot of different artists, like out of Atlanta and Miami. Denver is one of my big plot points. I did produce a large album for this kid, and he was getting a lot of traction, and then he fell off the wagon, took his music off of everything, and kind of just went a hiatus. And I was like, bro, how am I gonna get royalties from that?
Yeah.
And so, there's this one artist. He's 21. His name is Habibi. He's out of Denver. He's really good. He's 21, like I said, and I feel like he's gonna have a pretty decent career because his flow is good. His beat selection is better. He's gonna become. He's just now dropped an album, so.
Wow. So is he a rapper or a hip hop artist, or what genre is he?
I'd say hip hop for sure.
Okay.
He's a little bit more lyrical than just rap, so, and the beats he uses is definitely more hip hop style. And he's got a couple love songs and stuff in there too, so.
Okay. So what is his name again? Because we gotta be watching out for him. Yeah,
his name's Habibi. As well as I said his name earlier, Pally Ray, Pally space RAE. He is actually RAY. My bad. I'm working with another artist that's a Ray, and that's RAE. And so Pally Ray, he's got some music on Spotify, and he's got music videos on YouTube and stuff like that. Like, he's out of the East Coast. And I think it's from Massachusetts, but don't quote me on that. But he's out of the East Coast, and he's really good too.
Good deal. And so you are now you're producing other people. Where do you hope that your company can grow and go to in your mind within the next, I would say, 3 years?
3 years, we're going to be going global. All right. The podcast is already killing it in Europe and Japan for some reason, South America. So pretty soon, once I start actually releasing my music, like my music with lyrics and everything, rather than just lo-fi beats, because they don't have like lyrics or anything like that. So once I actually start releasing this music, I believe it's going to be global pretty soon.
Man, that's awesome. And so what genre will you, or what your music will be released in what genre?
Probably rap.
Okay.
Probably rap. I say a bunch of dumb shit like here's an example of my writing style, I guess. Would be more so like I'll smoke your shit and take your bitch like I'm supposed to. You heard? Because I'm Super Saiyan like Goku.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay. I hear you.
Yeah.
So so you have your website that is gonna be on your website, or where can we find your music at?
Yeah, you can find my music at my website. I have all the links. Like if you go to my music page, it has my Spotify, Deezer, YouTube, all those links for that. Or you can just look up Squidz Killinit on Google. Just type in Squidz Killinit. I'm the only one that's out there, so I show up on every platform. Instagram is what I've been using a lot more of lately. I'm trying to get my boost, like social media presence, a little more up and stuff like that, so I can get more followers and go from there. Because like I said, all I'm doing this for is helping my community. Just putting it back where I got it from, because Killinit Productions donates 10% of its profits each month to a charity of the month. So
really,
the month that has Mother's Day in it, we do Climb Wyoming, which is a mentorship program here in Wyoming that helps single moms get better jobs so they can help their kids and stuff like that.
Mike, that's dope, man. I mean, look, and out of everything that you said, I wish this was the first thing, because I'm saying that because here it is. We have a bunch of artists that really, I guess, kind of don't dig their proceeds, the usual amount. The proceeds go to them and to what they want to do. And I heard you say even in the beginning that you really don't, worry about money, because you just want to make sure that you can make a difference. And that's heavy, man, because there's not a lot of people out here that want to make a difference. All they want is their name and lights.
Yeah.
So you want to make a difference.
Yeah, and honestly, like, that's cool and all, the attention's all right. There gets to be a point where it's too much, I just want to stay in that heavy medium balance. If I could make 100K by myself and then the rest go to charity, like, that'll be perfect. 100K would be just fine with me, because I already have my truck paid off, my car's paid off, my other car's paid off, my house will be paid off. Like, I don't really need much else, so 100K a year, I think I could live off that.
Man, and I'm gonna tell you like this, man, you're underrated for what you do, and for what you believe in. I hope a lot of other people hear your story. Well, they're gonna hear it through us, because we're gonna share it. And I hope everyone out there that you share this. And I hope that people that are out there, even on Who's Your Heat Radio, that they share this over and over and over again, because that is unsung. That is unreal, man. I really love what you're doing.
Yeah, and the thing that really lit a fire under my ass was Cardi B's daughter turned like 1, and she bought a $5,000 watch. I was like, you bought can't even read time yet. Like, why you gonna buy it a $5,000 watch? I was like, you could have spent that, even your local clothing cottage or whatever, like they could use that $5,000 and done so much more with it. And the problem with that too is, like, you got to be careful about the charities you send money to, because even those mother fathers are putting it in their pockets. And that's why I made the Michael's Killinit Foundation, actually. It's because it's a fund for funds, and that's where I'm going to start filtering a lot of my proceeds into, so then I can send those out and have my own charity that I know where the money's going.
Man, let me tell you, you're at such a young age. Man, you're doing something that is unheard of in the industry. And I have to say that I'm very proud to do this interview and to really get to know what you're doing. And I hope that everybody else really listens to what you're doing and maybe create a model or get in contact with you so that you can help somebody else to establish the model that you're doing. Because I see you helping communities, and that's really what this thing is all about, using your gifts and your talents to help other people out in the areas that they need help.
Yep, and that was the plan from the beginning, is hopefully if I help someone and they feel that they'll return the favor to someone else down the road, or they'll at least feel obligated, like, all right, this guy that taught me how to do this, he's doing all of this, so maybe I should, do that as well. Because 10% isn't really that much if you think about it, unless you're making mills, but even still 10% of a mill is if you're making that, then you don't have to worry about much else.
Correct. Right.
So it's whatever, like I said, I don't care about money or anything like that. So I'm just trying to help my community and help them get to be in a better place. Because when I was even in 2019, before the pandemic, I was helping with Thanksgiving drive where we fed people turkeys or gave people turkeys and stuff like that, gave them a Thanksgiving meal. And we got 400 turkeys from our community, with everyone that was buying and donated turkeys for us and stuff like that. And we gave out every single last one of them. That was pre-pandemic.
Oh my God! And that was right. That was right before the pandemic even broke out.
Yeah, and 2020 we couldn't do any of those drives. 2021 we couldn't do any of those drives. So I'm hoping this year we'll be able to actually do something to help those people, because it's been too long.
How in the world did you get 400 turkeys, my man?
So we stood out in front of our major supermarkets and stuff like that, and we said, hey, here's a list of stuff, if you want to help, you can buy some of this stuff on here, whatever. So some people bought peas, some people bought turkey, some people bought this or that to kind of help with that. And yeah, we ended up getting around 400 turkeys.
Again, this is stuff that is not publicized enough, because what happens is we get so enamored with entertainment, and we get so enamored with things that have the glitz and glam and all of the violence that goes on, but this doesn't get the publicity that it needs in order to go out there to the public and show that somebody's doing things the right way. And here it is, you're a trailblazer in this that is really making a difference. And of course, because of COVID, it really kind of broke your momentum, but still you're already on the path to really building up your community in the right way.
Yeah, it made me feel like American Gangster when Denzel's got that truck full of turkeys. Because my truck held 150 turkeys in the back of it. In the bed of the truck, 150 turkeys. Oh, and it still had a little more room to go. But yeah, dude, I felt like Denzel Washington in American Gangster, bro.
I bet. Well, again, look, Mike, we're going to connect on a whole different level. There's some things that are in my mind that I want to do, not just for here, but in the region. And we're definitely going to talk, man. We got each other's contact, and I definitely want to stay in contact and in tune with what you are doing. so that maybe we can do something, you know, not just for this area, but worldwide. I'd love to be a part of that.
Yeah, man. I am welcome to anyone that has ideas. Everyone is treated the same because I believe heavily in equality, race, gender, religion, sexual orientation, whatever. I don't give a shit about any of that.
Yeah.
I just want to know you as a person, and I just want to help.
Man,
Speaking of that, as well as if Stephanie Kless is still in the chat, hit me up on Instagram. Maybe I can help you guys out. Squidz
wow.
Killinit.
That's, man, look, that's cool. I love your heart. And Stephanie, she's going to she's probably still in the chat, and she'll probably be hitting you up. I know Stephanie personally, she follows this show faithfully. But I'm telling you, man, I am so excited about your future and moving forward. And so can you give your social media again, and, you know, let everybody know how they can find you?
Yeah, so you can find me at Squidz Killinit. That's SQUIDZ space KILLINIT. Squidz Killinit. Like I said, if you type that into Google, I'm the only one that exists, so I'm the only thing that comes up. You can follow my Instagram, which I've been a lot more active on recently, and you can follow my podcast at Next the number 2 the lamp, because there's always at least 2 guests, and we're next to this really dope lamp. Unfortunately, you didn't get to see it during this because of my camera issues or whatever, but you'll get to see it on there. And yeah, follow my music on Spotify at Squidz Killinit, and just keep killing it. You know, you're not doing it unless you're killing it.
Man, I love this. And then I gotta come on your show, man. Look, let me know whenever you got a spot, man. Look, just call me. Hey, Ty, can you be on at such and such a time, such and such a day? I'm there, brother.
Dude, I would love to have you on, man. I just love talking to everybody and getting to know who they are personally. So that's
good
great.
Deal. Good deal. Well, again, look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so glad that you all stopped by to witness tonight with Mike Armagost from Wyoming, by way of Squidz Killinit Productions. Man, this was a blast. And look, if you guys did not hear the full interview, you guys need to go back and hear from the beginning, because, you know, the young man had a lot of great things to say. And I'm so glad to be connected with you, man. Look, I'm gonna tell people like this: if you're not connected with Steve Joyner, man, look, do that immediately, because the guy is he's a godsend. He really is. He's a godsend. But look, until next time, you all, look, have a great and safe evening. Look, I'm going to tell y'all like this. Next week, y'all got to be here. Y'all got to be live, because I got my little brother coming in. My little brother, I'm talking about my blood brother. He's coming into the studio. He's going to talk about some things. Y'all got to be here for the interview. My little brother, Anthony Brown. So that y'all know. And actually, Anthony has his doctorate in computer science. All right. And, you know, the young man got it. He got it together. But anyway, look, everybody have a great, safe evening. Look, don't drive too fast. Look, don't drink too much, and don't eat too much. Matter of fact, proportion. After that, look, live your life and don't let nobody kill your vibe. Till next time, I'm TBJ. That's Mike. Y'all have a great and safe evening. Peace.